Hey, what's happening, man? It's your boy YB. You hear me? I just wanted to do a review on the community truck driver school and let them know how my experience went and how everything was. Basically, community trucking school in Austin, Texas. It's a good place to start. You know what I'm saying? The reason I like them because they got only manuals, and you know what I'm saying. If you pass the program, you basically ain't gonna have no restrictions on your license. You know, so that's a good thing. Even though I was like, man, everybody do automatics anyway. Why the fuck are we doing manuals? But in hindsight, it was smart because you won't have no restrictions on your license. So basically, when you first get there, you know what I'm saying, you talk to the front desk, give them all your paperwork. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you have your birth certificates, though, because that's important. Then, you know, once you do all the paperwork, you start class. Class is like 7 to 6 every day, Monday through Thursday. You know what I'm saying? Monday, you go in that, they do the introductions, you know what I'm saying? And then you start you reading your chapters, your general knowledge, your air brakes, combinations. You know what I'm saying? You're probably going to start reading the first day general knowledge because it's a long chapter. Basically, general knowledge covers everything. You know what I'm saying? So you'll be doing the general knowledge, reading chapter by chapter. You know, and then the next day you probably finish up with some general knowledge because general knowledge is long. Then after that, you probably start your air brakes, reading your air brakes, you know what I'm saying? And then you're going to do the combinations or whatever have you. And then at the end, like a Thursday, you're going to do like a practice test, reading comprehension to see if you know what I'm saying, understood everything that was going on. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the first week. You did. What's that, man? Back on to week 2. The top of week 2 is supposed to be pre-trip the whole week, you know what I'm saying, and then finishing up on what we didn't catch on week 1. Basically, Monday we gonna come in that thing, you know, we probably gonna, you know, do some review on last week's, you know, pre-test to see who got a good score, probably go over the pre-test again, reread the questions a little bit, make sure everybody got, you know, got it down. And then, you know what I'm saying, we'll fuck around and do the real test on the combinations and the air brakes and the general knowledge, you know what I'm saying? And then after that, we'll start our pre-trip, you know what I'm saying? We'll go through the pre-trip, get the introductions, you know what I'm saying? I remember when I was in that thing, you know, she brought us out to the trucks, and I was like, you know, first time actually being up and close to AT Willer, and I was like, damn, that bitch is tall. You know what I'm saying? And then she opened the door for the boy, and I got in that bitch, grabbed the steering wheel, like, yay! Yeah, I'm in this bitch. You know? And, you know, I took a picture of my Woody. I was like, man, take a picture of me, bro. You know, that shit was fun. But, you know, that was the actual pure experience that I needed. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, we started to look at the letters A, B, and C, basically which sections you're going to get when you have to do the pre-trip on the test. Number A covers like the front of the truck, and then the engine components. B covers the cab, and then like the back of the tractor, and then like the end of the trailer components like the suspension and the brakes and the exhaust and all that. And then the letter C covers the trailer. The trailer face, the kingpin, and everything under the trailer you got a name. You know what I'm saying? And don't forget the coupling, which is it's another component you have to do. Say if you get A, you got to do the engine components and the coupling. You get B, you got to do B components and a coupling. You get C, you got to do C components and coupling. So make sure you watch. There's a good video called Apex Pre-Trip. That's what she had us watch. I probably watched that video like 30 times, bro. Real talk. So if you're new to the game, community trucker school, stick with them. They'll get you right. You know what I'm saying? And then after that second week, after you get your pre-trip down, you passed all your tests, then you get your learner's permit. You know what I'm saying? And when you get your learner's permit, then you're off straight to the yard to start driving. But before you get your learner's permit, they're gonna make you go get your medical card. So if you got that in your system, get it out. You know what I'm saying? Because them boys go detect it for real. You know what I'm saying? And that's the end of week 2. About to hop to week 3. You know what I'm saying? Week 3 is the fun part. You know what I'm saying? That's when we actually be able to, touch the trucks and get in and operate them, and you know what I'm saying, see how they go. So the first day of week 3, Monday, we're gonna do maneuvers. We're gonna go to the a little parking lot and set up the maneuvers and start. The first maneuver we're gonna do is straight back. You know what I'm saying? You basically get in the car. You get in the truck. You drive forward and you drive back in between the cones. Simple, right? But it's actually not as simple as you think, because sometimes you gotta you gotta turn, hit the small circles, turn towards the problem, turn towards the problem, turn towards the problem to get the the trailer lined up. Then the next day you're gonna start. You're gonna do offset. Basically, you leave one set of cones, go up, and then come back into another set of cones. You know what I'm saying? And then the third day we do parallel parking. I know it's like, man, why I gotta parallel park a whole 18-wheeler? You have to do it in order to pass the test. And they're gonna give you a set of abbreviations where you hit them turns and you gotta parallel park that truck. You know what I'm saying? And then on the 4th day you kind of practice all 3. You know what I'm saying? So you can be comfortable with everything. And then week 4 is basically where you test. You know what I'm saying? They want to test everything that they taught you. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be tested on straight back, offset, parallel. You're going to be tested on, pre-trip is first. You know what I'm saying? Before you even get to drive the truck, you're going to do pre-trip first. You're going to select A, B, or C. You know what I'm saying? Which component of the truck you're going to test on. And when you get A, you got to do you got to name all the components on A. You get B, you got to do all the components on B. You get C, what I got, which was the trailer. So I got C, bam, I knocked that out, easy greasy. And then after that, you do coupling with C, you know what I'm saying? Then you do in-cab air brakes as the second part. I knocked that out. Basically, I had somebody to help me to go over air brakes because if you get anything wrong on the air brakes test, automatic fail. And then after that, we went to do the maneuvers test. The first time I did maneuvers, straight back was hard for me, man. I was like, man, I just can't back this trailer up. I'm doing all the small circles. I'm turning to the problem. What's the deal? You know what I'm saying? But I just had to, slow it down, focus, and, get that bad boy in there. And then I did offset, no problem. Go from one lane right back into the other, no problem. You know what I'm saying? And then the first time I did parallel, I failed. So I had to wait another 2 weeks to test. And then I got to do straight back again, no problem, because they don't make you go all the way back to pre-trip. Once you pass pre-trip, in-cab air brakes you straight. So all they had to do the maneuvers the second time I tested. So this time I tested, I did the straight back, no problem. Straight back, no problem. I did the parallel, I did the offset, no problem. And then I did the parallel this time with no problem. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, he was like, you want to drive? I was like, damn, should I just wait? I was like, nah, man, let me get this over with. So I did my driving test in the manual now. We driving, we shifting down, we shifting up. I'm calling out all the signs and, making sure I do my turns like it's supposed to go, calling out the bridge heights. Stopped at the railroad tracks, you know what I'm saying? Said everything I needed to say. But he hit me with an okie doke. He was like, pull over to the right. I was like, what you mean? So I pulled over to the right. He was like, we're going to do an emergency stop sequence. I was like, oh. But luckily the day before, I practiced that. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, okay, we're going to do emergency stops. What you going to do? I was like, okay, we're going to pull out our 3 triangle reflectors, 10 feet, 50 feet, and then 100 feet. And then, you know what I'm saying, we're going to call up the proper authorities that we need to call, depending on which situation it is. He's like, all right, I'll let you slide. And then I put everything back and, continued to drive. And then got down to the bridge. He was like, okay, you got to put it in high gear. You got to stay up with these people. So before that, I didn't shift all the way past 7 because I was like, man, I'm not on the highway, but on the highway you got to shift from, you know what I'm saying, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 just to keep up with that traffic. So that was kind of fun, you know, shifting on the highway, going fast, you know, putting some power to the truck, and then I was able to go back to the yard. He was like, "Where you going to work out at?" I was like, "Man, I'm going to work out at the gym, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get my swole on." You hear me? He was like, "Nah, bro. Where you going to work at?" So I'm like, "You asking me this? What you trying to say? I passed?" He was like, "Yeah, bro, you passed." I was like, "Damn, I'm going to try to go work for McElroy." He was like, "Man, congratulations." I was like, "Man, I appreciate it, bro." I was so happy, bro. I took a picture with everybody and everything, man. That shit, it was really good, bro. I was like, "Damn, I really proved to myself that I can do this." You know what I'm saying? I can actually do something that's very hard, because a lot of people still stuck at the yard. Keep your head up, you hear me? Y'all go get out that thing. That's why I be signing out.